Hi everyone, Nancy here. It is July 17, 2021, and it is 10 minutes to 6 o'clock in the evening, and it is plus 21, which is 69 degrees in US terms, and around 20 minutes ago it was plus 20. Yes, but my computer says plus 20, so I went to check on Yahoo and it says plus 21. Right? So it went from 68 degrees to 69 degrees, but it doesn't matter because it is cold out here, guys. And I was debating as to whether I should bring a jacket, but I said, nah, never mind. It's okay. I'm not wearing any jacket. I'm just wearing a t-shirt, no jacket, and yeah, just a t-shirt, like pants, of course. Yeah. Okay, I think Uma wants to go inside. Just a minute. Okay, Uma. Go in there. Go on. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay, so Uma was out here with me because she wanted to go outside, so I let her out. And she was scratching her, oh, not scratching, but she was filing her nails on the wall here, the brick wall. And yeah, I let her do that. It's okay for her to file her nails. Anyways, guys, you know what? I have a little note here with a whole bunch of topics that I brought out here to talk about. Some topics are really short, and others are more longer, I would suppose. Let me tell you guys about this. Okay, I just picked one topic. When I was in high school, there was this girl in my class, and she was telling me something that was worrying her very much. So like one day she walks into the class and she was telling me, Nancy, and I said, yeah, and she said, let me tell you something, and I said, yeah, okay, go ahead. And then she began to explain something that was very disturbing, and I said, wow, 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 right? So the disturbing thing was, there's this guy, oh shoot, okay, I saw what looked like a fly. Whoa, there's like little bugs flying all over the place, guys, and they shoot towards my mouth or my face. Just suddenly, I don't see them, and they just suddenly appear, and so they startle me. The first one looked huge, and then the second one was a little one. Anyway, whoa! And then another fly just flew by. I can't stand flies, guys. I hate them, especially those black flies. Oh, there it is. It landed on the window. Whoa! I hate those black flies. They bite, you know. Woo! Okay, it just left. They like to fly too close to you. Yeah, so anyway, the disturbing thing that my friend said was, there's this guy who's a neighbor of hers who's very in love with her, but she is not in love with him. And when he learned that she was not in love with him, he threatened to kill himself. And so this was what was worrying her so much. Of course it's going to worry her. It's going to worry anybody, right? And so I said, oh, wow, that is serious. And she said, Nancy, I mean, this guy, he has me so worried because he keeps telling me that if I don't become his girlfriend, he's going to kill himself. He's going to go on top of a building and throw himself, you know? And I said, oh, he's going to do that? And she said, yeah, he's serious too. And I said, oh boy, guys, I didn't know what to say. I don't know what to tell her. And she just kept saying that how worried she was, and the distress in her voice. There was so much distress in her voice because she said the guy was so serious, and he just kept telling her, look, if you don't become my girlfriend, I'm gonna throw myself off the building, because they were living at the time they were living in an apartment building. And she said that he was threatening to go to the top of that building and throw himself. And that building had around between 12 and 15 floors. And he was gonna go to the top and throw himself. And she's like, Nancy, He's serious, you know. He says, like, he just keeps telling me that he loves me so much, but I told him I don't feel the same way about him, and I, you know, and I'm so worried, and he keeps telling me he's gonna kill himself. Guys, I didn't know what to say. What would you guys say like, if you have a friend or anybody that you know, a relative, and they came to you with a story like this, that somebody loves them but they don't love them back, and now that person wants to kill themselves. Whoa! Okay, I just saw another fly go. Well, I heard another fly go by, guys. I don't want it to rip my skin off as it passes by. What would you do in a scenario like that if you had a friend or a relative who says that somebody is in love with them, and if they don't become their girlfriend or boyfriend, then they're going to kill themselves? What are you going to tell them? I know what I would tell the person today. Back then I didn't know, but today I know what I would say, and it's going to sound harsh, but if somebody told me, right, that they were in love with me and they were going to kill themselves unless I became their girlfriend, I would tell them like this. I said, you know what? I am not in control of your emotions, and I am not in control of your actions. So if you're going to kill yourself, then that's a responsibility that's going to be held on your head, not on mine, right? Because you're not going to manipulate me by a threat that you're going to kill yourself, you know, unless if I don't become your girlfriend or whatever. Guys, that's what I would say, because that is a form of manipulation. It actually is. It is a gross level of manipulation. You know, a person telling you that they're going to kill themselves unless you become theirs. Now, if they do kill themselves, that's not your problem, and that's not your fault. It sounds harsh, but that is the reality. You can't be, you know, complying with what people want under those kinds of threats. And if the person does kill themselves, you are not supposed to feel guilty, because that person knew what they were doing. You know, guys, sometimes in the past, I guess they're still out there, but oh shoot, I just felt like something like bit me on my knee, and there's a big fat fly flying around here, but it wasn't that fly. Something bit me, maybe a tiny bug. Anyway, there, whoa, go away, stupid fly. A fly just came near me. Oh, something smells really good. It's like they're cooking, I don't know, some kind of meat or something. Okay, now what was I saying? Yes, once in a while in the past, I will come across these posts, and I'm sure they're still up there, maybe new and old too. Posts, guys, and they're usually from girls. These posts where people will say, guys, I'm feeling very depressed, and I don't have any friends, and I just feel so lonely, and I don't feel like anybody loves me, and, you know, I abuse myself, and, you know, like I will cut myself, or I'll hit myself, or I will do something to abuse myself, and what I would like is, like, I would like to have friends, and if, you know, if you guys like my post, or if you write a comment, I won't hurt myself. So for every comment or for every post that you guys give me, I won't hurt myself. Guys, I've seen things like that, and to me that's garbage. That's called manipulation. Okay, because a person is trying to force your behavior, what you do with your decision, okay, based on what they're going to do with themselves. You must never allow anybody to manipulate you, to trick you. That's witchcraft. Don't allow anybody to manipulate you or trick you, or to make you feel guilty into doing something that's going to make them feel good, but which actually is destructive to you. They're going to do whatever they want to do. Whatever they want to do is, you know, they're in control of the decisions they're going to make in their life. You have no control over what they're going to do. The only control you have is what you allow them to manipulate you into doing. Right? So that means you have to open up your eyes, open up your brain about what they're saying. Don't ever click on something from someone who says that they're not going to hurt themselves for every comment or like that they get, because that is a person who is starved for attention. They want people to like them based on falsehoods. If you like them, like if you give them a like, oh, they'll feel much better and they won't hurt themselves. So now that you've given them a like, you feel responsible for the fact that they didn't hurt themselves. These are the kinds of people that hurt themselves anyway. When you're not around, they're going to hurt themselves. And so now what are you going to do? You're going to be running around and making sure that every single day you get them a like or a comment? Are you going to run around every single day making sure that throughout the day you're going to give them likes and comments? So do you see the madness in that? They're going to drive you crazy because they're crazy. And when I say that, when I say crazy, I'm talking about people who know what they're doing, but they're acting crazy. They know what they're doing. Right? So just you know, if you have ever come across a post like that, don't support them anymore. Don't do that, because you're not doing anything to help them. You're just giving them what they need in order to make themselves get all puffed up and feel better, because they're controlling you. They're controlling you, your actions, right? They're going to feel a certain way based on how they can control your actions, right? And so now you're a puppet. Okay, so don't allow that. I can't stand people who do that. There's nothing wrong with them. If they're going through some kind of a trauma, they still understand right from wrong. They understand what they're doing. Do you know that people that harm themselves, okay, they go to hell. They go to hell because they're destroying their body. They're destroying the Holy Spirit's temple. Okay? People who destroy their bodies go to hell if they don't change. There are people in hell right now, guys, for depression, because depression is a choice. It's when a person chooses to remain in a state where they don't want to get better. They don't want to get better. They're very comfortable in giving themselves a pity party all day, you know, and feeling sorry for themselves and wanting the whole world to say, oh, I feel so sorry for you. Oh, I feel so sorry for you. Okay, depression destroys people. I used to take antidepressants, guys, a long time ago. I speak about this in several of my videos. Depression is a choice. I'll always say it. It's a choice. You have to make up your mind about whether you want to remain in that state. You have to make up your mind. Just like the Lord says in the Bible, as a man thinks in his heart. As a man thinks in his head, so is he in his heart. Or how does it go? As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Right? Like, whatever we think about ourselves is how we are going to live out our lives. Some people believe that they will never get better, and they die like that. And some people say, no way, there has to be more. This is really hard, but there has to be more. I have to look for a way to come out of this depression. And they do it, and it comes out. Because God says, right, when you seek him, even if you don't know, oh, that bird scared me. Even when you don't know who he is, if you don't believe in him, when God says, because God is seeing that you want to better your life, you want to become healthy, then he will open up the doors for you to find out how to do that, even if you don't believe in him. That's why he says to seek me. That goes for people who believe in him and for people who don't. Because people who don't believe in him, they don't understand that they are looking for the Lord, right? When they look for healing, they're actually looking for God. And wherever God is, wherever healing is, God is there, even if you don't believe in him. So I don't feel sorry, guys. I do not feel sorry for people who are who are depressed and hurting themselves, like people who cut themselves and people who take drugs and people who, alcohol and whatever they do to themselves. They punish themselves because of whatever they're going through. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for people who are in that kind of a situation and now they want a way. They want a way to come out. They've realized that what they're doing to themselves is so harmful, right? Because they're depressed about something, that's bad enough. And now they're harming themselves, so now they're in a worse, even a worse situation, right? And so then once they realize that, ooh, shoot, a huge whatever that was just passed by, just whizzed by my face. Some insects don't have any manners, man. They don't say, excuse me, can I? Ooh, there's another one. Oh, that poor dog. Oh. Oh, guys. Guys, I hear a dog. I hear it. Oh, shoot, guys. Guys, I hear something. Something bad happened. Did you hear that? It's like a dog got hurt. It's still happening. Oh, that poor thing. Oh, shoot, I can still hear it. It's like they brought the dog inside the house. Okay, I heard a door slam, right? As soon as the door slammed, the dog started screaming. Maybe it was an accident, I don't know. And I heard, oh guys, it's like that poor thing. It's like the door, maybe somebody slammed the door on the dog. Oh, I can still hear it. Oh, I wonder what happened. It came from behind me. Oh, that poor thing. It's calmed down now. I don't hear anything anymore. Oh, that poor baby. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, that's so sad, guys. That's traumatic. Did you guys hear that? Oh, that poor baby. Oh, that poor thing. I hope he's okay. I'm looking behind me. I was gonna try and turn the camera around for you to see. Oh, that poor thing. I'm gonna try and turn the camera around, guys, so you guys can see in which direction it came from. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. It also sounded like a human, guys. Did you hear that? The sounds of that dog. It sounded like it got hurt so horribly that it was screaming at the top of its lungs, and it didn't know what else to do but yell at the top of its lungs in a horrific. It's just Lord. I was talking to God. It's the kind of yell that is so hideous that you know that an animal is in torture. And right now, it's like I can hear. I don't know. Hold on. I hear somebody. Do you hear it? Do you hear that? A person screaming their head off. It came from where the camera's pointed right now. That's the direction where the screams came from. I wonder what's going on. Okay, so I hear another dog. It could be part of that family. It could be like another dog. Like the dog that I'm hearing could be a part of the family where the other dog, that one dog that we just heard. Oh, that poor thing. I wonder what happened. What happened? And if you guys heard somebody call out someone's name like David, I don't know who that person is, but I that sounded like from what I saw, there's a house, one of the houses that you can see over there. I I thought I saw somebody coming out of one of those houses and calling out to somebody maybe across the street, and I heard him say David, like the person that came out of the veranda. That was so sad. Oh, that poor thing. I hope the dog's okay. I can still hear something very faint. Like I can still hear what sounds like a dog, like growling, but very low, you know? Sorry guys, I was holding the tripod, so I just set it down. See, I'm hearing things. I'm hearing like noises, like growling noises, like it sounds like a person. Other times it sounds like a smaller dog. I can see a car right beyond that tree, if you guys could see it. There it is, that black car. I don't know if you guys saw it, but that was the car. I don't know if that car had anything to do with those people. Oh, guys, that was so sad. I'm just wondering what happened. Oh, that poor dog. What I heard, guys, okay? What I heard was this. I heard this very loud slamming of a door. And right away, the dog started screaming its head off. I can still hear screaming. I can hear what sounds like a person screaming their head off. I don't know what's going on, guys. I can hear the voice of a lady screaming her head off at the top of her lungs. Now I can hear a dog. I wonder what happened. That's the first time I've ever heard anything like that. It's the first time. It reminds me of a situation in one of my old neighborhoods when I was little. One time, I think I was going to school. I don't know, maybe between 9 and 10 years old. I was walking up the street and I came across this one house where there used to live a husky, a very friendly white husky, sort of white. I remember it was white, silver, more white, you know. And it was so friendly. That dog was so friendly. And then one morning, you know, when I was going to school, just as I was passing by the house, I heard a lot of screaming, like not from people, but the dog was going crazy. And as I passed by, I looked over to the house, and the front door was open, and I saw one of the owners, this man, he was standing in there, and the dog was attacking him. It had latched onto his arm, or like his wrist. And the guy was just the dog was like wielding. he was wielding the guy's arm from right to left. You know, like when dogs are pulling at something, they tug at it from side to side, right? So the dog was doing that to the man's arm, and the man was just really calm. No, he wasn't scared. He was nothing. He was just calm and allowing the dog to be who he was. But it didn't look like the dog was attacking to kill. The dog was angry, very, very angry, and he was just tugging at the man's wrist from side to side to side. But he was angry, and he was screaming and going, like, growling and just angry. I have no idea what happened. In my mind, I was thinking to myself, maybe somebody did something to hurt the dog. Maybe he got upset or fed up, because an animal will they will blow up when they can't take any more, and then they will attack. Okay, that will happen to some animals. They will do that. So I think maybe this is what happened to this husky. I've never seen that husky like that before, ever. So to myself, I was saying something happened to that dog. Somebody did something to the dog to behave like that, because that dog was so friendly. It never bit anybody. And then it never happened again. I never saw that incident like that happen again. Oh boy, guys, I can't believe that. I came out here to talk about, you know, whatever topic, and then all of a sudden the issue with the doggy back here. Oh, so sad. Well, guys, my camera is gonna stop in 29 minutes and 49 seconds. I'm just hoping that whatever happens after the camera finishes recording, everything will be okay. If anything does happen, I will let you know. What a terrible, terrible thing to experience, to hear an animal in that kind of pain. Oh, that poor thing. So horrible. Maybe it was an accident, because it makes sense for the dog to start screaming like that after after the door got slammed, like after a door got slammed, right? Because you'd think that the door was slammed really, really hard. So I'm hoping that it wasn't on purpose that they did that to their dog. Maybe it was by accident, because this is the first time I've ever heard anything like this of an animal screaming like that in pain in this neighborhood. Well, from what I can see here, from all these people over here, because a lot of people back here have dogs, and you hear them every day. The dogs aren't they're not noisy, like they're not bothersome. They don't cause, like, they're not a nuisance to people. They'll come out and bark for a little bit, and then they're quiet. Well, it's very quiet in that house right now. I have no idea what happened, where it happened, but I'm guessing that it might have happened, if you guys can see a porch, a brown porch underneath the tree. I think that's where it might have happened. The brown porch is on the left, on the right side. I'm gonna try and hold on. Like, right, that's not a porch, that's a shed, but that's where the house is that I'm thinking about, that I think it happened. Like, I think that's where the porch is, there, right there. Okay, guys, it's going to go now. Okay, it's gonna go. Bye.